Good morning, friends, and welcome to our regular Sunday meeting of ULT in Bethesda. For those joining us on YouTube, we're also on the internet at www.ultdc.org. Just as a matter of introduction, the United Lodge of Theosophists was established in the early 1900s to continue the work of the founders of the modern Theosophical movement, which was H.B. Blavatsky, who wrote The Secret Doctrine and several other books, as well as William Q. Judge and others in the 1800s. And what they did was pass along the wisdom of the ages, if you will, the accumulated knowledge that's been developed. And the idea was to encourage us to develop our inner powers, inner nature. We have a talk today on the three obligatory duties, and our talk next week will be a continuation of a series of talks on the great theosophists of all times. In the Declaration of the United Lodge of Theosophists, there's some key phrases that the student wishes to point out before he turns it over to the speaker, and just before that there will be a reading. What are theosophists? It talks about theosophists are all those who are engaged in the true service of humanity. There are many people who are theosophists who don't even know the word exists. But that is the objective of this organization, is to make us all realize that we are all connected. The idea of universal brotherhood is not just a nice thing. It is a law of nature. If we comply with the law of nature and learn to work with those laws, nature will open to us all its secrets. So we are engaged in the true service of humanity. The cause of theosophy, the greater knowledge and understanding of universal brotherhood and its basis, and to disseminate this idea of aim, purpose, and teaching in the furtherance of unity. So we mentioned that the two founders behind us are founders of the modern theosophical movements, but we're not really concerned as ULT with any particular organization or any particular points of view, etc., except to maybe discuss them. We certainly don't cut them off, but we're trying to understand the great messages that have been laid out for us in nature. It's right before us every day, but we don't see it very frequently. So with that, I'll turn the meeting over to the person who will do a reading, and then the speaker.
This is from the Bhavagad-Gita, this reading, chapter 18, devotion as regards renunciation and final liberation. Krishna is answering Arjuna. Krishna, the bards conceive that the forsaking of actions which have a desired object is renunciation or sannyasa. The wise call the disregard of the fruit of every action true disinterestedness in action. By some wise men it is said, every action is as much to be avoided as a crime, while by others it is declared deeds of sacrifice, mortification, of charity should not be forsaken. Among these divided opinions, hear my certain decision, O best of the Bharatas, upon this matter of disinterested forsaking, which is declared to be of three kinds, O chief of men. Deeds of sacrifice, of mortification, and of charity are not to be abandoned, for they are proper to be performed and are the purifiers of the wise. But even those whose But even those works are to be performed after having renounced all selfish interest in them and in their fruits. This, O son of Pritha, is my ultimate and supreme decision. The abstention from works which are necessary and obligatory is improper. The not doing of such actions is due to delusion springing from the quality of tamas. The refraining from works because they are painful and from the dread of annoyance arises from the quality of rajas, which belongs to passion. And he who thus leaves undone what he ought to do shall not obtain the fruit which comes from right forsaking. The work which is performed, O Arjuna, because it is necessary, obligatory, and proper, and with all self-interest therein put aside, and attachment to the action absent, is declared to be of the quality of truth and goodness, which is known as sattva. The true renouncer, full of the quality of goodness, wise and exempt from all doubt, is averse neither to those works which fail nor those which succeed. It is impossible for mortals to utterly abandon actions, but he who gives up the results of action is the true renouncer. And now I'll talk.